Recording. We both in there. All right. Yeah. What up? It's your man Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts, and you are now tuned in to another episode of Real Talk Podcast. And today I have another esteemed, distinguished guest. She's like a sister to me. I've been knowing her for a real long time, and I want to get people like this on the platform because I want to give a perspective, a wide-range perspective on the issues that we're going to be discussing. And the discussion we're about to have today and the topic, who better for me to have this discussion with than my people's right here. I'm going to let her introduce herself to y'all.
My name is Brandi, or BG.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody knows BG on Instagram. Yeah, I'm an artist around Columbus. I do multiple things. I'm opening a daycare soon. I do a lot of community work. I have a homeless outreach, so if you'd like to donate socks or clothes, Brandi Grammas on Facebook. Everybody knows BG on Instagram.
Right.
And I like to think I'm knowledgeable of current issues.
Right,
So
and she is.
let's get it.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. So with that being said, I want BG to give y'all, I want you to give the people a brief introduction on who you are, how you came to come into the field that you are with the artistry and with the community work, and what you plan on doing in the future with that.
How do I come into it? I mean, yeah, that's what I said. We known each other a long time, so you know where I come from and stuff.
Right.
I just improving my own life, maybe wanted to improve the life of others, I would say, and coming from like a runaway background as a teen and kind of here or there living and whatnot. I think homelessness was near and dear to my heart. Of course, kids are near and dear to my heart, so I spent a lot of time trying to fight homelessness and different issues that come up with kids. I have a theory right now about how high sugar levels in the black community promotes high incarceration. So
interesting.
Yeah, so the a lot of people know about the school to prison pipeline. So that's where they take, they're getting our children right from high school, taking them right to prison. That's current day slavery. Right. So how is this happening to us? So as a social scientist, I've been trying to develop theories on what is happening in our communities that, and of course it's multifaceted. Yeah, and there's a lot of things contributing to the school to prison pipeline. Right. But one of them that we don't think about is, this food desert situation. A lot of impoverished communities, not just black communities, impoverished communities, but because a lot of black communities are impoverished, it hits us a lot.
Right.
Are food deserts, which means that there's not a lot of fresh food available in the neighborhood.
Right.
There's a lot. So there's a lot of liquor stores, corner stores, fast food spots. And in that case, we're taking in a lot of carbs, a lot of sugars, and our cognition would not function properly if you have that much sugar in your body. So, you know how if we out drinking and he do something he shouldn't do, I could easily excuse that.
Right.
I could be like, bro, drunk right now.
Right.
And society would understand that. Like, people would excuse your behavior because you're drunk.
Exactly.
But that's a number 3 and 4, high and drunk, 3 and 4 reasons why your cognition would misfire. And your cognition is important because that's what has you go into your second mind. So where your first mind might say, jump back, get angry, get crazy. And your second mind be like, this ain't the place for that. Maybe I'm overreacting. Right. And that's where you want to be. You always want to be in your second mind. Exactly. You don't want to be impulsive. Right. Impulsive leads you to jail.
Right.
Now, we all know that.
We all know that. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's the truth. Impulsive leads you to jail. So if anything would make your impulsiveness greater than your ability to think twice, that's a detriment to you.
Right.
So high and drunk is something society understands. But sugar is the number 1 reason. High glucose levels are the number 1 reason why you would have a cognition misfire. So that means in a community where there's so many carbohydrates and so many sugars just everywhere available, it would be obvious
Right.
that you would have a lot of impulsive behavior in this community. So that's just something that people should know. And if we knew, we would do more about it.
Right.
That's a misconception. People think that black people don't care. Black people care. Sometimes we're just not aware of that. I wasn't aware of this.
Right.
So it was a theory I developed because it wasn't just being thrown in my face everywhere.
Right,
I was hearing about food deserts, and I was hearing about the prison, the classroom to prison pipeline, but I wasn't hearing a lot about how they were
Connected.
married. Yeah,
Right,
they were
right.
they tight. You know what I'm saying? They husband and wife.
Exactly. And that's why I always say we have to do our research. We have to, for one, you got to have an open mind. 2, you got to do your research. And then 3, you have to be able to connect the dots to see how seemingly unrelated situations and organizations and people are actually, in fact,
Don't
related
just take
and
what you're
connected.
being taught.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do for the children, is put them in a position where they're learning and they're able to think outside of that, because we need them to develop theories.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I tell people I'm a social scientist, they want, they're like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I develop theories about the social circumstances around me.
Right.
That seems crazy to people.
Right.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
at the
And
end
it's
of the
just
day,
free thinking. It's
Right.
you saying that I'm not just going to say that I know what's going on based on what you told me was
Right.
going on. I'm going to look. I'm going to take my empirical knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm going
Right.
to take everything that's going on around me, everything I've been through,
Right.
and everything that I learned from a textbook,
Right.
and figure out how this all correlates.
Okay,
How
so-
does all come together?
And now that you are actively working in the community, this segues perfect into my next question. So now that you is actually and actively working in the community, as far as this information goes, and people not having access to it, what is the main roadblock that you have recognized that is keeping people from having access to this information?
Well, right now I feel like it's me, because I feel like I need to do more to get the information out there, to be honest. So,
Right.
so right now me, I'm
But
like
I'm
this.
talking
That's why
about-
I came here today.
But I'm talking about from a
my
societal standpoint. I'm talking about from a societal standpoint, though. Like, what you think is going on in society, or where you think society is lacking at in providing this information?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't think we lacking. I find it's a renaissance right now.
Right.
You know, that people are thirsty for information and
Right,
thirsty
right.
for knowledge that promotes their wellness. So I don't really see a lack anywhere. I see a lot of people working to try to figure shit out.
Right.
Doing stuff, and we just need to get there. We at the beginning of a renaissance.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
this kind of stuff right here, like, as long as we staying active about getting all the messages that we feel are important out
Right.
there, whether we agree or not, is not important.
It's not important
It's
at
not
all.
important because it promotes the renaissance.
Right. And that's one of the main things I always get into now. My sis BG is a very talented and skilled artist as well. Now, I want you to explain to the people what got you into art, and how are you using your art to help out in the community in whatever way possible, and what does that look like?
I got into art. I don't even know if people get into art. Like, I got into art because I was just into it. You know, like, I don't really remember a time when it really wasn't my vibe. Like, I was always interested in that. So I started taking classes at church from an elderly lady when I was a kid.
Right.
Then I got to high school. I just drew. I used to tag stuff a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You mean like spray paint tags?
yeah, like, fun
You
stuff like
fine
that.
now.
Like, then with your marker on
Right,
the
right.
desk. You know, like, I was just that kind of kid. Like,
Right.
the kind of kid who, like, do your girlfriend name in bubble letters
Okay.
for $1. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just into it. Then when I got to high school, I almost flunked my 9th grade art
Mm-hmm.
because it was first period, and I
Right.
was always skipping.
You
And
too?
yeah, so then she was like, she knew I was good at art, so she was like, if you do a mural for the school, I'll give you the A. And so I did the mural at Mifflin, and that was really my first time doing a mural, and my first time saying, like, oh, this my shit, like,
Right.
this my vibe, like,
Right.
I like doing this kind of thing.
Right.
And so, that was in 97.
97?
Yeah, about to say, I'm a big girl.
We ain't gonna talk about how long ago that was.
Yeah, that's big girl shit. So,
All right. So with that, how do you plan on going about using your artistic skills to help out in the community as far as the youth goes?
Well, like I said, I'm hoping to get a K through 12 going. That's the goal. So right now we trying to conquer a few hurdles, but the vibe is to try and get some school. And I promote everybody's opening schools. I like all of these charter schools and stuff like that. Bring all your ideas to the table.
Right.
But ours, we hoping for like a more agricultural approach, like something to talk about, like growing your own food and things like that. But of course, I mean, there's just no way that I would have my hand in nothing without it being a big art influence.
Right.
So, but I don't know. They kind of seem like almost separate issues. I know they shouldn't be. I'm sure they will get married one day. Like they flirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They flirt, but they ain't like
talking about the art
with
with
the art and the like community stuff.
Right.
I don't know that I always marry them together.
Okay.
Although, like I said, they flirt.
Right.
So I'm sure they will one day.
All right. Well, that's a perfect segue for my next question as well. So, how important do you feel it is to encourage our youth to express themselves and their creativity through their art?
I think that's essential for anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's good to get your feelings out. Like you know what I mean? Like I even tell people, like I'm an artist because of the shit that's inside of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not really because of my skills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know
Because I
exactly
see
what you're
lame
saying.
stuff all the time. Like you see lame stuff that's technically good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the stuff that make you really think about something. So I guess I shouldn't even say that it's not bridge, because a lot of the art is based on community issues.
Right. I see that.
So that's
too.
true. That's true. And all of that is about just you want people to think about something that you're thinking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? People are like, oh, you trying to bring awareness to? I don't know. I was thinking about it.
Right.
I was thinking about black women and breast cancer.
Right.
So I painted this for myself. And then it speak to other people, and I appreciate that. That's why I always tell people, like, I'm not going to tell you what it means, because I really don't care what, not that I don't care, like, I might be interested, but.
It's really not your business, for real.
Yeah, I mean, it's
on
fun
top
for
of
me to
not
hear.
caring in the sense, like, I don't care, like, but I don't care, like.
It don't affect what I thought it was.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To you a different way, like, that's lit with me. Like, I'm not the kind of person who's like, nah, that's a.
Right.
Like, nah, it's whatever you want it to be, because. You know what I mean? I counsel as well, so like I'm interested in people. Like I'm a social scientist, so I care about what you feeling almost more than I care about what I originally painted. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a beautiful thing. So we're gonna bring this to an end once again. This is your guy Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts, and y'all know y'all tuned in to another live lit episode of A Real Talk Podcast. I got my distinguished guest. This is my sis right here. I love her. I'm glad she came through. This is BG, and I'm gonna allow her to give y'all her information. So if y'all want to get in contact with her for any artistic needs, any inquiries on what she's doing in the community, you can get in contact with her, and she can do that right now.
Yeah, so you can always contact me on Facebook, Brandi Grammas. That's Brandi. Grammas, G as in girl, R-A-M-M, like Mary, A-S, like Sam.
Right.
Or on Instagram, everybody_knows_BG.
Right. And y'all already know where y'all can reach me at. Hit me up on YouTube at A Real Talk Podcast, and I will let y'all know when the next episode is coming. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.